Hello everybody, hello and welcome to my channel, to this reading. Welcome and my best wishes for your festivities, for your holidays. Today is Christmas Day, today is the day when our dear main luminary, the sun, reverses its motion, or his motions I would say, and starts going back towards the east point. So it is winter, yes, but as we can see it in a better way is when the moment when spring is coming, because the motion of the sun is reversed, the days start becoming longer, hence my table, so yellow, and the cards that I've chosen that are yellow. The incense which is burning is as well yellow. You won't see my hands because I don't know why, but my hands are not looking good right now. And so I have already shuffled and done everything and given you the spreads on the table, your piles wherein you will choose from. So the first on the left is number 1, the middle is number 2, and the third is the one on the right. This reading is meant to be short and to be either fun or interesting for you, because in these 3 cards I will give you a profound view and insight on where you are as in relevance to a particular situation that is in your mind. Or if you don't have anything particular in your mind, you can just, leave it at that and see what spirits, what the cards want to tell you, want to let you know. The 3 cards are about the self, so you, the situation you are in, and what is challenging you, what is a possible obstacle or a possible development in this situation. As I said, it is a very concise reading, but hopefully it will help you out to see clearly. This reading is meant to cut through the fog, if there is any fog in a situation, and to allow you to really, in case for instance you are lying to yourself, or you don't want to face something, not necessarily something disadvantageous. Sometimes we are just a little bit discouraged, or we are lazy, or we are postponing because we don't have trust in the fact that we can succeed. In that case, sometimes if we just are able, or we are put in a position where we can see the situation in a clear way, through a clear lens, then we gain momentum, we gain motivation, and we can proceed and act. Again, this is a reading that has not a particular subject unless you give it one, so you can concentrate, you can focus on a particular situation. I won't say even an issue, a situation that you want to see clearly, and pick your pile. As I said, I don't want to show my hands these days, so I will just pause the video and let you see your spread after the pause. Okay, you can pause the video if you need more time. I am encouraging your intuition. I'm not giving you any help, external help, but in a few seconds I will turn the first card of each pile, so that you can choose. If you need that kind of help, you can choose from the first card. So there you are. Pile number 1 portrays the Ace of Swords. Pile number 2, oh look, 1 and 2. Pile number 2 has got as first card the 2 of Cups, and pile number 3 the King of Cups, El Rey de Copas. Again, I'm pausing you and see you at the point of your pile. So welcome everyone, welcome to your reading, to your pile. So you have the Ace of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Swords. So mainly you are a thinker, and yes, there is something in your mind that is a cause of concern, or you just have a slight worry about this particular matter, and you want, with that ace opening up your reading, you really want, as I was saying, cut through the fog and see things through here. I can see that your main concern here, for many of you, for most of you, the main concern is relating to finances. And it is something that is really keeping you up at night, that is really having you thinking and overthinking, maybe. As I said, the first card relates to the general reading, gives the general mood to the reading, to your reading, but as well is describing the self. So yes, there are worries here, there are concerns, but what this reading is clearly saying is that you are single-minded and very focused right now. So even though we are in the holiday period, in the holiday vacation for somebody, you are very focused. You are not on vacation right now, and you have one purpose, one central purpose. You know very well what you are aiming at, or what is the problem that you are to solve. And you are surrendering with that ace of swords. Right now, you are surrendering to, all marginal concerns, to focus on that particular concern that I strongly feel is about finances. What you are trying to cut off here, I don't see, there are no core cards here, so you're not trying, your issue is mainly not with people. You're not trying to cut off people. You don't feel that the issue here has to do with other people. The issue here has to do with your mental clarity, with your mind. And with that Four of Pentacles, but I will say things about that in a second. With the Four of Pentacles, yes, it is about finances, but it is as well about the way you manage finances. This, having such an ace as an opening, the reading is empowering you, okay? It is a symbol of power. It's not by coincidence that there is a crown there on the point of that sword. The crown has to be conquered with clarity of mind. The crown stands on your head, where your thoughts are. So, yes, there is slight overthinking here, because it's as if, what I see here with that Four of Pentacles in the middle and the Nine of Swords as a third card, is that you feel as if you started very well with a very one-pointed idea in your mind, and you were able to cut through confusion caused by mixed motives and mixed messages, the mixed impulses to do different things that were drawing your attention away from the main point here. But as well, what I see here is you having a blasting beginning in this path that you have in your mind, but then feeling that things came to cause hindrance to you, and then you got confused, and in the end now you are overthinking. But again, you are in that situation that I'm going to clarify now, but please remember that ace means inherently that you are powerful. Even when, what I want to say is, even when you feel that you're not powerful, that you are disempowered, if you are in a manifestation process, for instance, when you feel that 3D is not responding to your mind process, your imagination. Remember, please, that your 3D will align in time, but when it doesn't align, you are not supposed to pay attention to it. It is difficult. It is easier to say than to do it, but it is important to remind ourselves that we are the ace that is powerful. It is, and we are power itself. Now, the 4 coins here in this position can refer to somebody, how to say this, who possesses both power and resources of some sort needed to accomplish the task in mind, that you have in mind. But at the same time, it's as if you lack the maturity to skillfully manage your assets. If we are talking about manifestation, it is as if you are still in the process of learning how to manifest successfully all the time. And for that reason, it's as if you have in your hands a very powerful engine, but you haven't yet figured out how to really drive it, okay? But again, that ace at the beginning is telling you, okay, this is powerful stuff, so don't worry if you don't manage to control it with 100% precision from the beginning. Just keep putting the work and keep training yourself, to acquire experience, to acquire a skill. Sometimes the card in this position, this particular card in this position, is telling us that when we talking about finances, you might have a problem in identifying yourself with the bounty, with the treasure, in this case with money, with your financial assets. You are juxtaposing yourself, your identity, to the financial, to money, to the financial assets. And this lack of letting go, this lack of ability to not be attached, can slow down the process of manifestation. This card here can as well identify a problem in being inherently unsure in yourself, so a self-identity issue, wherein you may be trying to get to your target that it is very clearly identified by the Ace of Swords, by finding help not in yourself, not with your own spiritual means, but not in a naturally and organically, but either being stingy because you're afraid to lose your assets that you are identifying yourself with, or buying friends, trying to buy friends, trying to entertain transactional relationships in order to get something out of other people. This spread is clearly pointing at, one, the enormous amount of power and spiritual assets, even material assets in your hands, but two, it is pointing at the lack of a solid sense of self in this person, in this person that has chosen pile one, and the feeling in you that you lack the wisdom to use this opportunity that you can see and is there for you, it is given for you, it is given to you, but you are sensing that you are not able, you don't possess the skills to to get through to your target again, you know. Now this could even be another person. So if this person is you, the problem here is again your self-identity. You have to build up a solid sense of self. You should be reminding yourself all your qualities and trusting the process as well, you know. If this person is not you, and it is somebody in your vicinity, that could be somebody who could help you in this process, in getting to this project that you have, this target that you have, this idea that you have in mind, you could serve as, how to say, a sounding board, you know, to help them in regaining a bit of balance, and as well a sense of proportion, because it seems as if whoever this is, either it is you or somebody else, this person is losing themselves in their thought process. That's why that Nine of Swords as a third card, because there is overthinking now, where there was a clear idea, a cutting through the fog. Now, after having stumbled in this Four of Pentacles, in this awareness of not being able to do something properly, now overthinking has kicked in, and that is detrimental. It's as if this person who started with a clear idea in their mind, and maybe a little bit on the bold side, you know, being very self-assured because they hadn't envisaged all the different steps that this process would take for them to get where they want to get. Now, after that bold statement at the beginning, this person is being bold at being discouraged here, okay? Because they are stuck in their misunderstanding of how the material plane works, and they are making it a giant problem, okay? So they are afraid now to let go of those 4 measly coins, because they don't know if they have to give in order to get. They don't understand that they have to give in order to get, that there is this circle of energy in life, you know. This happens when we overthink, and we are crossed by some kind of obstacle that we didn't predict ever. So we experience a kind of a trauma, a shock, and then pessimism kicks in, okay? So in that case, where there was a winning consciousness, now the poverty consciousness, the limited consciousness kicks in, and then the overthinking has got their fertile soil to develop. So what you now with this Nine of Swords in the third position, the challenge, of course, overcoming the overthinking is the challenge here. And I'm here to tell you that here you are facing a paradox, in the sense that the challenge is a challenge for a reason. What I mean is, now you are feeling whatever it is that is giving you grief. I said at the beginning that I suspect it is a financial problem, you know, a financial issue, a sense of lack, a poverty consciousness stemming from some kind of unpredictable obstacle that you experience in this path towards a given goal. But that's exactly where your strength comes in, because there is a paradox here. Yes, these obstacles and this poverty consciousness that stemmed from those obstacles is now, of course, blocking you. You feel stuck in a rut, and then you overthink. But you can also produce a great release through this process. Because what I want to tell you is, I'm trying to find the words. Sometimes when we find ourselves in such a situation and we feel stuck, all we have to do is analyze the possibilities and go until the worst case possible. So when you go into a contemplation of the possible catastrophe that you are fearing here, you might see, first off, that it is very unlikely for it to happen. And then that even if it happens, that will be the end of an impossible situation. So, for instance, if there are binding obligations to an old situation, in the worst case scenario, they will be over because you go until the end, you go almost, I would say, until the 10 of Swords. And at that point, you are free to choose another direction and to explore and grow. I know that we don't want to explore all the time, and I'm not one to advocate the learning curve all the time. But in this case, when you are stuck because one obstacle threw you in the overthinking and not sleeping at night, sometimes the antidote to the fear is to scare yourself even more and to think, okay, what if it is happened? Okay, I will survive. I will survive no matter what. I will land on my feet, okay? I hope that I am finding the right words to explain it. Because after every kind of fall or struggle, we are bigger than we were. And you will grow yourself out of that rut once that you find a way out. And to find a way out, your intellect and every resource that you have, that one of swords there and the 4 coins, you will have to use everything. You will have to use all your intellect, the swords, and you will have to use all the coins. Because salvation comes at the 23rd hour, once we have to use all the talents that we have. When we are not at wit's end, we often try to save that 4 of Pentacles, try to save those, misery coins. For what? We don't know for what. We refuse to use them. But we will not grow out of that rut until we put every piece of the puzzle in the right place, which means every talent that we have must be put to use to compose the puzzle. And when the puzzle is composed, the doors opens. The door or doors open. Sorry, the mic. I hope that I am finding the right words to explain to you what this reading is trying to tell you, is telling you. So, beneath this distress and loss that you feel you might experience, there is such a huge reserve of strength and power and skills that has been building for this kind of opportunity. Is there, is latent, it's like a seed. Now, this seed needs water and needs soil. The soil is given by the needs that you have to get out and the need that you have to get to your idea, to your objective. And the soil is given by the fact that now you are forced to put that money like seeds, because remember that the coins, the pentacles are seeds. Their meaning is the seeds, okay? So the seeds and the thought process are to be combined to like a video game when you want to. Sometimes you don't find a solution to get out of that room, okay, but you have to use it all, to use every opportunity, to use every talent that you have. So how do you get out of this situation? First off, keeping in mind your target, keeping your eyes on the prize, on the crown that you have there. Keep your eyes on the prize at all times. Then put those seeds in the ground. Use everything that you have. Focus on what you want. Collect visions, collect ideas that will help you rise above feelings of hopelessness. I hope that I'm being clear in what I'm telling you, in what these cards are telling us. This is what this reading is pointing at. So, in a concise way, I see that you have, one, a great idea, and two, a great concern. It all revolves around financial or a situation or a project. I see that it is a very practical project. You know what project it is, or just a solution, or just a way to empower yourself. The obstacle here can be you not using all your resources, you not going all in because you fear, because you want to keep some of those resources for a plan B in case the plan A doesn't succeed. But this is a half-baked, attempt, and it usually will create an obstacle because you are doubting yourself, because this will point to your lack of of a proper self-identity. How will you get out of this rut? By developing your self-identity and by using each and every talent that you have. That Nine of Swords, that situation where you are overthinking, where it will keep revolving, will keep you revolving around this problem until you will remember that you have a particular quality that you never used, and you're not even aware of that quality, of that skill, but it will get to be developed for you to get out of this rut. And it will happen, my friend. It will happen. So this is what I have for you, and I hope it is helpful. I hope you really find in yourself the key, because that sword in the Nine of Swords, you can see that it is piercing all the other, it is getting through the other 8 swords, because that is the key. Your thought process is the key, and the thought process will use every other skill that you have, other material skill, other money, either people, everything has to be gathered around this one idea that you have, this one project that you have. And the puzzle has to be composed for you to unlock the next level of your life. And it is doable, Taiwan. I assure you, it is perfectly doable for you. So I wish you good luck and a sharp intellect, my friend. And I will see you in my next reading, or in another pile, because you may as well choose more than one pile, as I think you know. So happy holidays and see you soon. Hello again, pile 2. Welcome to your reading. Give me a second. Yes, that's it. So you have the 2 of Cups as the self, the 8 of Cups as the situation, and the La Luna, the moon, as the challenge here. This is, well, with the moon there, it's a rather mysterious reading. So let me... Well, it can go differently from pile one, where it was rather one directional, rather clear. It had a clear cut. This particular reading, you guys are coming to interrogate the cards for different situations. Some mainly about love and some about different situations. And I will touch on two main situations here. So let's begin with the first card that gives the reading its main tone. You are feeling, how to say this is in stark contrast with the other two cards, but I have to tell you what I see. So this is the self. So you, notwithstanding the situation, the challenge, and things that are surrounding you right now, you in yourself, you are feeling a strong sense of renewal and idealism. Again, this is in stark contrast with the other two cards, but this is what it is, you know. And it is as if there is this surge of love, a surge of positivity that you are radiating, you know, like you are exuding this higher virtues all around you. You can see that there is a plant there, you know, that then from this plant stem two branches and a central one as well. So you are like getting the lymph, the nourishment from the earth, and you are developing, and you know, you are rising and reaching the above plans of existence. Of course, in the traditional interpretation of this card, love is seen as you know, the couple love, but it doesn't have to be in this case. And I have chosen proposedly this particular deck because I cannot stand the imagery of the classical Rider's-Waite deck. I just, you know, I am fed up with those ridiculous images. I don't like that, because they restrain as well the meaning of the minor arcana to such a limited field that I feel it doesn't do tarot justice, and our existence is larger than that. So undoubtedly there is love here is a thing, you know, it is the main inspiration, the main energy in this card. And of course it can be a strong connection between yourself, part two, and someone you care greatly about. It doesn't have to be a partner, like a spouse or a lover. It could even be an attraction to an idea or a vision, for instance. It is as real to you as any interpersonal relationship, you know. You decide, you know, what is it that is inspiring you to such a degree to make you flourish and empower you and radiate these virtues all around you. Again, ignoring for a second the other two cards, this can also represent a reconciliation between your own masculine, because as you can see, the plant, the trunk there is one, and then it stems into two branches, the feminine, the masculine, the left and the right, you know, the yin and the yang. So you might be fine in this surge of love, this surge of energy, of higher energy, might be rebalancing you, and you feel it, you are feeling it these days, and rebalancing your own masculine and feminine aspects. So in any case, you know, however we see this card in this particular reading, this card is referring to a particular space, the aroused and emotionally sensitive space that we enter in whenever we are opening up to a spiritual experience, for instance, you know. Opening up to a deeper sense of self-awareness. So in this particular reading, which is difficult to integrate these three cards together, this could be either a sweet moment that you are sharing with somebody, but that you can't envisage, see into the future, because this is an immediate feeling. But you cannot see yet what the outcome of this relationship, if it is a relationship or, you know, a partnership or an interaction will be. You don't know, especially with that 8 of Cups at the center and the La Luna as a third card. But I will say that even though you see the possible obstacles, even if you see the possibility of leaving this relationship, even for some of you, you are still feeling idealistically trusting this relationship, even if it is not yet well developed. You feel that this relationship is either something that has already balanced you spiritually, or has the potential to do you good, okay, spiritually speaking as well. Even if with the 8 of Cups there, you see the possibility of the other person leaving you, or of you yourself leaving the relationship because of the Luna, of the moon there, because of some unclear elements that are now becoming clear and revealed. This is in the case where you are in a relationship or you are thinking about a specific person with this 2 of Cups. As I said at the beginning, this reading is rather multifaceted, and I cannot expound on every particular possible outcome or way of reading these 3 cards, because it would be too much. But for those of you who are feeling this surge of joy and love about a particular person, I see that the situation here is that you know that you are most likely being forced to leave. So either you are in a place where you have met somebody, to be practical now, you have met somebody, you are on vacation, and you know that you are going to leave. So you two cannot share this relationship for long, because either of you has to leave and go back to their own place, to their own hometown, to their home country. And as well, you feel you are already feeling from the 2 of Cups. You are looking, you know, at both the 8 of Cups and the moon, and you know that there is something that doesn't add up in this situation, something that is being hidden, and that thing will be revealed to you. I suspect in this case it is you are dealing with somebody who is already taken, who has already a relationship going on, and you suspect they either you didn't ask, you are not asking because you know that you are going to leave, because you know that this is temporary and you don't want to be bothered with the too much information. You are willing to leave this moment for its beauty because it gives you joy. It is a surge of joy for you. You feel the love. You are feeling something that it is unprecedented in your experience, and you have no intention to spoil the experience for yourself, to ruin the experience for you by looking at the future right now. You don't want to see the future. You don't want to look at the future. You don't want to be bothered with that because the experience is very beautiful and you want to live this particular experience untouched by menial problems. But you see, in the back of your mind, there is that Eight of Cups lingering there and the moon is lingering there, meaning there is something that I don't know here. This person has many facets and I don't see all of them. You will see all of them, okay? You will. You know that you will. You know that the answer is yours for the taking if you ask, but you're not. I don't think you're asking right now. It is a choice, and I will tell you that it is a wise choice because this moment in time is precious for you. Just don't put all your eggs in this basket. That's an advice that I have to give you. It is this experience that you are living right now, or that you are going to live in the next, say, 8-10 days, is something that is going to quicken, your spiritual life, your spirituality. It's like spring, that it will give you a momentum towards the future, and you know it, and you're enjoying it, and you are blissful. But making any serious commitment at this time is not advisable. I know that you know it, but I want to remind you this particular thing for you to keep it in mind. Don't take any kind of engagement until that moon shines on whatever shadows this situation has got. So the Eight of Cups, I've already elaborated on that. The Eight of Cups is a high chance for either of you to leave this situation, this partnership, because of something that is coming to light and that either of you cannot afford to bear. I am strongly under the impression that it is a third party that is present for either of you or both of you even. But I will go back to the moon in the first in the first line of the spread in a second. Now I want to face another situation. So again, there is realism. For those of you who are not in a couple, who are not thinking about anybody, you are being idealistic and you feel, I think it is because we are now in the, you can see the yellow cloth and everything, because we are in the phase where the sun is going back towards the east, so the east motion. And actually when winter begins, it is the beginning for me of spring, because sun is being born. That's where Christmas stems from. Christ is a sun, actually. It is in the sign of Virgo. So the Virgin Mary and all that symbolism is taken from astrology, actually, anyways. So you are feeling you know, a gift that the sun bestows on us when he comes back to us to give us light and life and warmth, is the surge of joy, the surge of, you know, hope, because light is coming back, of course. And so if you, the idealism factor is true for everybody who has chosen this pile. For those who are not applying this particular kind of idealism and high energy and high level of love to a particular person, that are not linking it to a particular person, it is your spiritual life. Now, your spiritual life is making you see something and face something that is rather relevant, and has to do again with that moon. So the moon is a challenge. The challenge here is to see or not to see something. In your idealism, which is very commendable, you, and in your integrity, part two, you are seeing that somebody is being wronged and forced to leave. Somebody is being wronged. Somebody is being preyed upon. You know, there is somebody strong here that is preying upon the weak, and your intuition knows how to respond. And the way you are responding is you are helping them. So when the Eight of Cups is in this position, you have, and with the moon like that, in that position of the challenge, you are become very aware of a violation here. Okay, somebody is being wronged, and it, with the moon there, it was supposed to remain secret, but it is not secret for you, because you clearly see it. You see it very clearly. And now a moral decision is in your hands. So the Two of Cups with those two branches is, you know, the you balancing out what it is better and just for you to do. Either ignore what you know and what you see, or take action towards, you know, the defense of the weak person who is being wronged. Should you keep this thing secret even though you've seen it, or should you blow the whistle, risking more problems for yourself and for the victim? This is a challenge indeed, you know. The moon there is telling you this is the challenge. Can you see the two dogs, different colors, etc.? What should you be doing? Can you see that the two dogs there mirror the two hen, cock, you know, heads in the Two of Cups? You have two options. You have to balance, you know, the cards. Both the cards remind us of the justice scales. You have to decide which is the just thing to do. Now you have to be very deliberate and to use your discernment here, because sometimes you can do something about a situation like this by blowing the whistle, and you can make the situation better. Sometimes when you blow the whistle, the situation becomes worse because you don't have all the power and strength to apply this strength to a leverage and dismantle, you know, a structure that is wronging somebody. And in that case, you make the situation worse. So the reading, for those of you who are not seeing the Two of Cups in the light of a relationship, a love, a story, etc., this particular option of the reading is letting you know that you really must be very discerning and deliberate. This is a judgment call, okay? Pile 2. So the solution here is, remember that it's always appropriate to help the little guy in helping them see where his or her strengths might lie, because knowledge is power. It is not, don't take it for granted in thinking that you must take action. You yourself have to take action. You have to blow the whistle. You have to reveal the secrets, because sometimes that way is not the best way to proceed in a particular situation. You have to be, again, discerning here. Sometimes you can help the little guy by empowering them so that they take action to protect themselves. If you do it for them, sometimes it is not a good idea, because if the person doesn't build their self strength, you helping them will only, again, sometimes make things worse, or just help them for a little while, but then somebody else will come around and prey upon them again, because they have not changed. They have not built their strength. So this is an invitation for you, pile 2, in case you are in this position, to resist the temptation to come around as the hero and save the day for somebody else. Sometimes it is not the best decision, neither for you nor for them. So the cards here are really inviting you to really think about what you're going to do, okay? Then, as I said, it is a very multifaceted reading. There is another, again, another facet to this reading. And I am just prioritizing the moon here. That is a challenge. This is true for all of you, okay? Even for those who didn't recognize themselves in the previous 2 situations. This reading is telling you, you have, now we only consider the spirituality or the self-inquiry, so to say, okay? This is a very important moment of the year, again, the 25th of, actually, the half of December, the sun is, you know, the rate daylight is changing, and we are reversing the motion. The sun is reversing his motion. So everything in our energies is changing accordingly. So the balancing of our yin yang, of our nadis, everything is changing. So there is a need for us to pay attention and to facilitate the process of rebalancing, okay? The moon in this position is a challenge to keep an eye, so to say, in your self-consciousness while sinking deeply into our primal nature, okay? It happens as well whenever there is a full moon, okay? Something loosens the floodgates of the collective unconscious, and we become aware of the high tide, and then we try to navigate that high tide. So it helps to train, you know, those 2 cups and those 2 dogs. You have to train, you have to hold, so to say, to hold your horses and to teach them how to respond to your command, okay? What I mean is, as in the case of helping out somebody or not, you have to use both the reason and the intuition, because the 2 complete each other, like those 2 dogs, like those 2 cups. They balance each other, like the scales of justice. They balance each other. And in these days, when the energies are changing in this particular way, according to the sun motion especially, we can find it very interesting to balance our natural and our psychic intelligence, to build an interaction between the 2 that then becomes a kind of safety net, which means whenever, for whatever reason, your reason in mind is not, I'm sorry, I don't like the bells. They are kind of stalking, you know, of a kind of disturbing sound that is unnecessary. So I was saying, once you learn to make reason and psychic intelligence interact, you are safe, because they, whenever you need the intuition, it will kick in. Whenever you need the reasoning mind, the intellectual mind, it will kick in. And you have to really test them, okay? As in the case of helping somebody or not helping somebody, let both of your intelligence, rational intelligence and intuitive intelligence, collaborate. Listen to both of them and let them guide you, because they will guide you. And you, in this particular moment of the year, especially as the sun changes his motion, we can leave behind the old patterns. It is particularly important to do it in this period. We are in the Lord, how to say, Luna Calante, in waning moon phase, and it is particularly good to leave behind. It is coupled with the equinox, so the change in the sun motion, which means we can leave behind, we can change our motion, we can leave behind the clutter of the previous old patterns of belief. I hope that I am being able to communicate what I see here, because it is important. What I'm trying to say is, for all of you who chose this pile, who've chosen this pile, the moment is particularly favorable for you to develop a clear communication, interaction, and collaborations, synergy between your intellectual side and your intuitive side. Other reading is pinpointing that Eight of Cups in the center is telling you it is the perfect moment for you to leave behind your old patterns. It's the perfect moment for you to balance your male energy with your feminine energy, your yin with your yang, your nadis, everything, your psychic abilities and skills with your intellectual, rational mind. I mean, when I say rational mind, I don't think that the intuition is not rational, okay? It is a word that I'm using, an expression that I'm using because it is used, but actually, I know that intuition is much more rational than the so-called rational mind, pseudo-scientific mind that we are under, we are kept under. So, part 2, I hope that this reading has given you the help that you need and the clarity that you need. It is multifaceted, so take what applies to your situation, and even take with your intuition, even if it doesn't seem to apply. I am sure that there are here the seeds of wisdom that will come in handy for you in the next days or weeks. And remember as well that you pick any other pile as well to if you feel drawn to do it. And so for now, I will see you in my next reading. Thank you for being with me, or I will see you in another pile. Thank you for being with me, and see you, and have the best holidays, part 2. Hello, pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Welcome. So interestingly, okay, let me call your cards first off. So you have on first position a Rey de Copas, King of Cups, the Five of Bastos, the Five of Wands, and the Reina de Bastos, the Queen of Wands. Very interesting, because similarly to pile 1, this is a very clear reading, very, unidirectional, so to say, reading. It will be very short too, I feel, because I'm not feeling many messages for this particular reading. Differently from pile 2, which was very multifaceted and even somehow difficult to express, but interesting anyways. So, in the first position, which is you, which symbolizes you and gives as well the tone for the whole reading, we have the King of Cups. So this is you. You might or might not be a male, doesn't matter. This is energy, but maybe I think the most of the males watching this reading will be choosing pile 3. And there is, with that 5 of wands in the middle, there are, of course, 2 different energies, female energy and male energy. The female energy in the challenge, which means she is challenged. Okay, so you are in the position of the unbothered person here, because if there is a challenge that is it is being brought upon the Queen of Wands, upon the feminine figure here, but nevertheless you are aware of some kind of contrast, of argument, of attempt to undermine your peace and the peace of somebody else, of the feminine energy there. In this particular circumstance, you see yourself, and you are also seen as somebody who brings order. It is as if there is this feminine energy here. You might as well be, even if though you are the king, you might be the feminine as well, feminine energy as well. But you are seen as somebody who is not so much involved or damaged by the energy portrayed by the 5 of Wands, while the Queen of Wands is somehow the target of this negative energy. If you are the target as well, you are unbothered in the sense that you are in a position of more power. Even she is powerful as well, but you are in a position relative to this situation that is not easily bothered by whoever is trying to create a situation of disagreements here. You see yourself and others feel you are somebody safe and calm, and you have the power in this particular situation that is unfolding. You have also the power to calm others, okay, to serve as a refuge for others, to serve as a lap of stability and support. Your presence, as you feel yourself and as others see you, is powerful yet quiet, reassuring, paternal, a father figure more than anything. And you are keeping an eye on the situation, as you can see, while she's a little bit unaware. That's why she's taken off guard by whoever is plotting against you too. This might be even a family situation with people, external people, who are plotting against, this family that you are part of. But you are seeing it. You have a very keen, monitoring eye on the situation. And even if you are slightly turned the opposite side, which means you are not taking action right now, you are perfectly aware of what is going on here. That's why others feel that you are both powerful and reassuring, in the sense that you are powerful because you could take action here, but you're not doing it because you are in control. You are keeping an eye on the situation, but you are keeping it as well at an arm's length and more. It's as if your presence, your attitude towards this particular situation that I'm going to unravel in a second, makes others feel optimistic, makes others have faith in a reliable support that is you, and makes easier for them to express their feelings, with confidence, because you express your feelings with confidence. It's as if this thing represented here by the 5 of Wands has been discussed within this family, or within this company, or within this group of friends, and you have spent very reassuring and wise words which have proven to others that you are keeping an eye on things, that you are calling the shots if needed. Okay? You are, you know, that King of Cups is the archetype of the strong, kind, loving father figure, powerful, is a powerful energy, you know, that you can call up from within yourself and you can depend on, so if you need to. So you are exuding this kind of very positive, quiet, powerful energy that is available for other people as well if it is needed. Okay, your counterpart is the Queen of Wands, and she is powerful as well. Of course, Queen of Wands is very powerful, more than the King of Cups sometimes. But the point is, for whatever reason, she is unaware. She is turning her back. She's looking elsewhere while this contrast is taking place. So she is more bound to be a target, you know. Even though that can be, this particular reading can be as well portraying the situation of two different families where the family of the Queen of Wands is actually causing this disagreement between the two parts, the two cards between the two people here involved. So the fact is that the circumstances here were harmonious between the two of you, because this might be a love reading or a family reading, okay, or a friend reading, meaning there was, what was going on here was very peaceful, powerful, beautiful, harmonious. There are men, a woman, feminine, masculine, or two groups of people, two family groups, you know, two clans, whatever it is. But then something came to cause conflict, okay? The advice for you, who are the Ray of Cups, the Queen, the King of Cups, is to focus on the whole, which I feel you are already doing, rather than on your individual part, and to keep yourself a little bit distant, which you are already doing. So keep doing it, because this Five of Wands here in this position indicates that something in the environment may be pitting you against your peers, because the Queen of Wands is your peer, okay? So it is a case of somebody trying to steer conflict between you and your I don't know, teammates, co-workers, family members, you know. And now those harmonious relationships could be fraught with one-upmanship and negative comparison as well. I see that you are stepping back and not taking things personally, and you do well to do it. Continue to do it, because I see that you might be tempted to leave this particular attitude and to enforce some kind of action, but it is suggested that you don't, and you keep, you know, your balanced stance, and you keep yourself a little bit again at an arm's length. Keep an eye on things. In a word, continue doing what you're doing. This Queen of Wands which is the challenge, is both representing somebody else, as I've already said, the party that is being somehow a victim to this plot, you know, represented by the Five of Wands, but as well represents your own challenge. Your own challenge is, since the Queen of Wands represents energy, and you know, wands are fire element, so represents energy and focus to create an action. The challenge here is that you may see how a particular project serves a greater good. And the challenge as well is to be able to communicate enthusiasm to the participants of this project, of this clan, this family, while experiencing this strife, inner strife caused by somebody. The challenge for you here is to keep yourself organized, like the Queen of Wands can do very well, and be a source of inspiration for an action that is not focused on the Five of Wands, though. It's focused towards the external, an external action. Can you see that the Queen of Wands is looking elsewhere because she's already planning something that will take her out of this strife. At the same time, she is leaving that her side and her back undefended because she's already looking at the future. So your particular duty here is to protect those of your group, maybe a female figure, from outer attacks while they are planning and building some project that will benefit all of you. So it is a classic male-female energy, a male-female role reading here, where you are encouraged to where the accent is on the need for each of you to know clearly what your role is in this particular organization, this particular group, in this particular family group, for instance, or company group, in this particular collective, so that every attack that is being planned against you will find you very strong and very ready to project yourselves toward a new path, you know, that the Queen of Wands is doing, is watching and is beholding with her eyes, while you are keeping your eye on the danger, so to say, so that you can protect those who are building the new path. I hope I'm being clear. In the end, this challenge, I can tell you that with the Queen and King here, I mean, that's that threatening presence of the Five of Wands is almost of no importance, because whoever is trying to bring you one against the other has no hopes, because Five of Wands against a king and a queen really is, you know, is nothing, is nil. But there will be some kind of hindrances in a very harmonious situation. Again, this strife will serve you to finesse your defense mechanism, your reaction mechanism in case of danger, and it will serve you well in the long run to finesse, to bring your family group, the dynamics, you know, of the family group, of the couple, whatever it is, of the company, to level them up, because you will be testing your ability to protect and build, you know, not only protect yourself, not only defend yourself, but while those of you that are that have the duties to protect are protecting, the other part of the group is building. Okay, what I mean is, if the dynamics are well built in a group, there is no danger that can make you stuck, because, so to say, the soldier, the king, will defend, but the queen, that is the fertile part of the community, the one that bears new components, you know, the one who procreates, will still be able to procreate even in times when there is danger, because the masculine is doing his duty, is protecting and defending. the family group or the company or whatever it is, the reign, you know, the kingdom. I hope I'm being clear. What I'm saying here is you, pile 3, are or will be living in a situation where somebody will try to undermine your security, your harmony with somebody else in a group, in a family group, or in a friends group, in a co-worker group, whatever it is. But you guys will be able to not only to deflect the attempt, but as well to develop and flourish in this particular situation. It's very clear reading. I don't feel anything else. I don't see anything else. So I hope it has been useful for you and will be useful for you. And I encourage you to keep, tuned with my channel. I thank you for being with me, and I wish you beautiful holidays. Bye. See you in my next video.